Zelina Vega is officially a sellout. We are live, man. Zelina Vega made her return to the WWE tonight after being fired last year for opening up an OnlyFans account and refusing to close down her Twitch stream. She came back and fit into the same role that she was so comfortable in when she was first there, ladies and gentlemen. A loser. Jimmy Uso stands up to Edge to show his allegiance to Roman Reigns. But are we getting a little same old shit with this Roman Reigns and Usos storyline? And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens' last man standing match tonight to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And they may very well have had one of the best SmackDown matches, one of the best WWE matches in all of 2021. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Roman Reigns admits there is absolutely no one to pass the torch to. We're going to talk about it all right here. It's Friday night. It's the venue. It's OTS. This is Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your SmackDown post show for July 2nd, 2021. I am, of course, JD from New York. Welcome to the OTS venue live on YouTube. Man, oh man, SmackDown sucked tonight, man. Outside of that great Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match, Money in the Bank qualifier, last man standing rules. WWE gave them pretty much a big block of time on a worthless episode to do exactly what they wanted to do exactly what they were not allowed to do at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So more of that, please. But outside of that match, this show was pretty much a missable, skippable episode of SmackDown. Roman Reigns was not on the show, which I absolutely have no problem with because Roman Reigns should not be on every show. He's the tribal chief. He's the universal champion. He doesn't need to be on every show. He doesn't need to wrestle, only at pay-per-views. So the fact that he wasn't there did not bother me, but the shows have been so heavily built around him that when he's missing, clearly you see what WWE is working with, and that is not really much of anything at all. The other big thing that happened tonight was Zelina Vega, Thea Trinidad, returned to the company. I'm sensing a rant. I'm sensing a nice rant coming on about Zelina Vega showing back up in WWE. Oh, but you don't know her situation, man. She could have financial problems. Who are you to tell another person how much money they're able to make? I don't know about you guys, but if the company fired my wife, I don't think I'd ever go back. They fired her husband wrongfully, citing budget cuts. Didn't even give the fucking guy a chance. She walks back into the company as if nothing ever happened. But I'm supposed to sit here and praise Zelina Vega for going back to the WWE. I don't know who looks worse, Zelina Vega or WWE. We're going to talk about it. I got news. I got news on what WWE had planned. How long was this in the works? So, like I said, I'm sensing a nice little rant on SELLOUT Zelina Vega. You had one thing and one thing to do. You could have made more money than WWE was offering you, and you could have been actually a help to others. Could have showed up in AEW and be paired with Andrade El Idolo. Just like you were in NXT. You guys were a star-making act. Now you're just a loser on SmackDown in their obviously terrible women's division. So spare me the fucking excuses about why I should be proud or happy that Zelina Vega is back in the WWE, man. I look at pride and career accolades, especially in this case, more so than anything else. Money is not everything in the end. WWE fired you once before. You don't think that they'll be quick enough to fire you again, citing fucking budget cuts as Nick Khan goes and buys another $7 million fucking paradise mansion? Fucking ridiculous, man. Yeah, like Hologram in the chat says, Zelina El Idiot. That's her new name. Good one, bro. You just earned yourself a round of drinks inside the venue. Other than that, I got news and rumors. I got this interesting story. Roman Reigns was interviewed recently, citing that there is nobody to pass the torch to in WWE. Whose fault is that? But if he had to pass the torch to somebody else in the WWE, he named one person, and I know none of you guys would actually be on board with this said individual. I got news on what WWE is doing with Baron Corbin. He is no longer king. Baron Corbin is now a depressed soul who is crying over his quote-unquote crown. And he got his car today, his Jeep, his Mercedes Jeep, taken away by the Repo Man tonight. Not legitimately the Repo Man, but it got repossessed during his match, his tag team match with Big E and Shinsuke Nakamura tonight. Also, I got news on Big E. He says he feels like he's lost momentum since WrestleMania 37. You don't say, man. Wow. Man, oh man, Big E. Thanks for telling me something that we already knew. It's not really rocket science there, Big E. Huh? Give me a break. What is WWE going to do with Big E? I may have the answer to that. If you watch Monday Night Raw, WWE may be setting up something big for Mr. E. So we got a lot to go over today, guys. I appreciate you guys joining me in the venue. Thank you so much. We got some people filtering in still. We're at 1,000 plus inside the venue. Hit that thumbs up, guys. The thumbs up help out the video when it's published to YouTube. Make sure you guys go and do that. We are at 265 likes as we open the doors to the venue as we begin this SmackDown post show. Let's try for 750, man. That's usually the goal. That's usually the comfort zone during these live streams. So if you're inside and you're sitting down and you're getting seated and you're ordering your cold beverages, man, hit that thumbs up and support the show. Also, I want to make sure you guys are aware that there are videos on the channel. Go and check everything out that you might have missed this week. It's been a slow week. It's the holiday week. I'm taking a break. You know, I haven't really felt myself this week. But if you guys missed the Monday Night Raw podcast, go and check that out. If you guys missed AEW on Wednesday, Jesse was back. We talked about AEW and that incredible main event with Maxwell, Jacob Friedman, and Sammy Guevara, the final show inside Daly's Place before they go back on the road. So if you guys missed that podcast, go and check it out. Lots of good stuff to come out of that one. And I'm not sure if there will be an off the script, full-fledged anyway, off the script this weekend. It is the 4th of July holiday, and I know a lot of people are not going to be browsing YouTube during the holiday. You guys are going to be out and about. You're going to be barbecuing. You're going to be at a beach or a pool somewhere. Nobody's going to be watching a 2-hour podcast by a wrestling geek So I may just cut it down. I may give you guys a couple of extras this weekend, and that's it. And then we'll pick it up next week when the holiday is over. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So I'll be busy tomorrow morning doing some recording. But on top of that, there really isn't much wrestling news going around anyway. So if you don't see anything from me on the weekend, you know why. Just want to make sure you guys are very well aware of that. Today's show is sponsored by my favorite new cereal, man, Magic Spoon. If you guys go to magicspoon.com/script, you're going to save $5 off on the best tasting cereal that I'm sure you will ever try, man. And it's all natural. No sugar. It is unbelievable, man. I've been having it every morning for the last 2 weeks, and I love it. My favorite is the frosted and the peanut butter. So if you guys want to go get some healthy cereal and start living healthy in the morning with a nice nutritional breakfast, Magic Spoon is where it's at, man. That's magicspoon.com/script. You guys are going to save $5 off. And you know what? They are just like me, man. I'm guaranteeing you guys love it, and they're guaranteeing that you'll love it as well, that they'll give you a 100% refund if you don't. So go and check them out, man. magicspoon.com/script. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button if you have not done so. We are almost at 124,000 followers on the YouTube channel, man. So make sure you guys go and do that. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got. T-shirts, you guys know it, down below. You guys want to support via the Patreon, you guys know the deal. Link is down below, patreon.com/JDfromNY206. That's all I got, man. Gonna jump right into it. Start at the top. Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega made her return to the WWE tonight in the most ridiculous way that you could possibly imagine. I will give her this. She looks incredible. I loved her ring gear tonight. She looks refreshed. She looks good. Looks like she's been getting ready for an in-ring return. Is she worthy of being in the ring on WWE television? Well, if you base it off WWE women's wrestling standards, probably. But I don't consider Zelina Vega a thumbs up in the women's division. I don't think it's an asset to the WWE women's division. I don't think Zelina Vega is all that good. She's good at one thing, and that is using her mouth for promo. She's an excellent promo. You guys see what I did there? You thought I was going to go rated R, right? So some geek clips it for Twitter, right? I know. Don't worry about me, okay? I could do what I want on this show, man. Go fuck yourself. But Zelina Vega is an excellent promo. She's an excellent promo, and that's where her strength is, man. But she shows up, and Sonya Deville, she shows up on tonight's show, and she just puts Zelina Vega in the Money in the Bank women's ladder match. I don't see how this makes sense. She's been off TV since she's been fired. So she just walks on into the company after being away for 7 months, and then she gets placed in a Money in the Bank ladder match to fight for the opportunity against either Bayley or Bianca Belair. I don't see how that makes sense logically as far as a creative standpoint is concerned, but I am concerned why WWE overlooks these aspects of their show. She showed up, and then Liv Morgan shows up. She interrupts Zelina Vega's homecoming, her return, cries about not being in the Money in the Bank after clearly what I heard last week was Sonya Deville say, well, if you beat Carmella, then we'll put you in Money in the Bank. So it looks like WWE is doing something else completely with Liv Morgan. I'll touch on that a little bit later. I don't think that they'll follow up with what they're doing with Liv Morgan because, let's be real, why would you give this company the benefit of the doubt? Why would you think that they're going to do the right thing? More times than not, when you think they're going to do the right thing, they do the opposite. But Zelina Vega is back, and Fightful quickly released a story on Fightful Select via Sean Ross Sapp. Fightful has learned that the initial plans for Vega's return to the company were to have her return to the main roster in June as a female heel on the SmackDown brand. Now, clearly, That did not happen in June. Come July, here she is. Fightful was told around that time Vega was added to the WWE roster. They hoped to have Zelina back in the fold by Money in the Bank, which obviously we've seen here tonight. The plan is for Vega to make her return, go to Money in the Bank. God knows what they do there. Many people have been speculating that she would reunite with Andrade El Idolo in AEW after he said in a recent interview that he would love to have her in the company. Tony Khan also mentioned something when Zelina became a free agent after her 90 days. He mentioned something about, oh, that's great. I'd love to sit down and talk with her. So she shows up on SmackDown tonight, and I know vividly when she got fired, I think everybody, including myself, very sternly stood and proudly stand there with Zelina Vega after WWE terminated her, and I was very proud of her. I was very proud of her because she had the balls to do something that a lot of people in this company do not have the balls to do, and that is stand up to the machine, stand up to Bruce, stand up to Vince McMahon and say, no, I'm not fucking closing my OnlyFans account. No, I'm not closing my Twitch account. I want to talk about this. I think what you're doing is wrong. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We're trying to make ends meet. There's no live fans. There's no merchandise sales. There's no bonus. Budget cuts are happening all over the company. She wanted to fight for something that she strongly believed in, and I stood with her proudly after she did that because a lot of people just look the other way when it comes to that type of thing. And now here I am, and I go back on everything I said about Zelina Vega. Now, granted, I don't know what this woman has going on in her life. Twitch might not be making ends meet at the end of the day. That only gets you so far. Maybe she realizes without somebody like the WWE machine that her brand, her persona, her being isn't going to be spotlighted the way that she thinks it should be spotlighted. I don't know what she has going on in her life, and who the fuck am I to tell anybody how much money that they should be making or how much money that they think they should be making. Go and make your money. Go and make your money. Where my problem is, and granted, again, she got fired for her own wrongdoing, but she actually looked good in the eyes of everybody standing up for what she believes in. Now she looks like a complete shill. Now she looks like a complete loser. And she looks like a sellout. That's the problem that I have with this situation. Because once she walked away and did her own thing, standing behind what she believed in, I had no problem with her. Now she turns her back on everybody and what she believed in for the almighty dollar and Vince McMahon's machine. I'm not for that, man. I'm really not. And granted, again, she can make as much money as she wants, but I think by now, after watching everything that has transpired, you would think she has a good idea about what happens in this company and how quick they are to get rid of you and deem you worthless. When they need you, they need you. When they don't want you, they'll certainly know and let you know in the most petty of ways how they do not want you. This woman's husband, the wife of Aleister Black, this woman's husband was fired wrongfully from WWE without even being given an opportunity to show what he was made of. He sat around and did absolutely nothing while creative went back and forth on possible plans when they didn't really need to. Triple H created a fucking beast in Aleister Black that hardly needed to change whatsoever. They changed everything about this guy. And he sat around doing nothing. Put him on TV, took him off TV. Put him on TV, made him into a fucking pirate. They put an eye patch on him. He feuded with Seth Rollins. Captain Aleister Black. You know? Long John Silver. I don't know whether he was starring in the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie or cosplaying as a fucking pirate for Halloween or if he was a pro wrestler. The guy was a joke. Then he comes back and he cuts these vignettes as the Dark Father. We get 4 or 3 vignettes or whatever the case may be, shows up. He has an integral part in Apollo Crews retaining the Intercontinental Championship, and then he was fired the next week after starting a feud with Big E. Zelina Vega was home watching all of this, and she says, you know what? I think the best thing for me to do is go back to the company that fired my fucking husband. I know if that was my wife, I don't know if that was somebody I was related to, I wouldn't even give them the time of fucking day to go and negotiate with them, but here we are. I don't know what her motives are. I don't know where she stands with the Twitch shit. I don't know if WWE is asking her to close her channel down again and she's willingly obliged to do that. I don't know where her OnlyFans is, if she still has one, if she's planning on opening that up as well, along with the Twitch, and she's been given permission to do that. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with WWE consolidating all of these Twitch channels, making their own Twitch channel on the platform, and having all these wrestlers stream from the official WWE Twitch. Whatever happened to that idea? I don't know where that idea is or if it's still even a thing. So we don't know what's happening with that. But the way I look at it, the woman's a sellout. The woman's a sellout. You took the almighty dollar, and I'm being real with you guys. Again, go make your fucking money. Live a happy life. Support your husband. Support your family. You want to have kids? Put money away for the kids and the college funds and all that shit. But the way I look at it is, they did not appreciate you when you were there the first time. That's my fucking problem. Why would you go back willingly, knowing that they did not give a fuck about you the first time? It's like being in an abusive relationship. You just sit there hoping it gets better, and it fucking doesn't get better. Oh, he's gonna change. Oh, he's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. He looks at you like, yeah, I love you, but then he's out smoking pot with his fucking friends up till 4 a.m. while you're laying in bed by yourself. He doesn't get you any fucking birthday presents. He doesn't take you out. He doesn't celebrate anniversaries. He sits home and doesn't do anything. He doesn't do the laundry. He doesn't cook dinner. Oh, he's gonna change. He's gonna change. Him and I had a heart-to-heart. He's gonna change. Meanwhile, it's the same old shit, back and forth, all over again, and you're sitting there like a fucking idiot. What exactly is going to change here with Zelina Vega? You know, the one thing that I hate is a fucking analyst and a podcaster watching this shit, coming on here talking about this shit, giving you guys the real story behind most of this shit. You know what I hate most? It's the fact that nobody has a fucking clue about anything. Nobody believes in themselves. You mean to tell me this woman couldn't go find work somewhere else? The one thing I hate most is talent being wasted. The woman is a talented individual. She could have added to any roster out there in pro wrestling, but she opted to go back to the WWE and wrestle. Again, maybe she wanted to wrestle. Maybe the other companies out there did not want her in that role. I find that hard to believe, being that Impact has the second best women's division in all of pro wrestling behind NXT. I find that very hard to believe. She could have easily went to Impact. She wanted to wrestle. No, but she opted to go to WWE, wrestle, lose to Liv Morgan tonight, and take the easy money. That's the part I don't like. I hate when talent is wasted. I hate when somebody like Zelina Vega walks into the company and doesn't fucking believe in themselves. She could have easily made money anywhere else. She could have been a star if she looked at AEW and Tony Khan and her talk, bringing her in. You know Tony Khan wants to pair her with Andrade, because the Vicky Guerrero shit is not working out. I'm telling you that right now. You don't think Tony Khan wanted to bring that woman in and pair her with Andrade and show WWE just like he's doing with Miro now? Because CJ Perry's going to walk on in, his wife, his real-life wife, Lana. She's going to walk right in there, and they're going to pair them together, and Tony Khan's going to stick it so far up Nick Khan's pee hole, showing them exactly how the gimmick should have been booked all along. That's exactly what he wanted to do with Andrade and Zelina Vega. I stand behind that 1,000%. But this woman has no belief in herself. to go out there and do her own thing. What exactly is going to change here? You think WWE is going to push Zelina Vega on SmackDown? They're going to push her towards a world championship in the women's division. They're going to give her a spotlight. She came in and lost to Liv Morgan, who's barely been fucking featured on TV in the last 4 years. And she comes in and loses in 2.5 minutes. Exactly what did you think was going to happen tonight? Oh, but she got placed in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Yes, showing how illogical and retarded WWE booking really is. What exactly is going to change here? You think Zelina Vega is going to go right to the top of the women's division? Oh, but they need women on the roster. You got an overexposed women's division in NXT. I'd much rather give them one of the opportunities on SmackDown. Call up 2 or 3 women on NXT and put them on SmackDown. And by the way, where the fuck is Mia Yim? Couldn't give this spot to Mia Yim? Where is Mia Yim on SmackDown? Why do we need to bring back Zelina Vega? I don't get it. She adds nothing. Her by herself as a individual sole performer is nothing. She's not going to really benefit from anything on the show. She's not going to add anything to the SmackDown women's division. So please tell me where this is a good move by WWE. She's no better than fucking Dana Brooke, as far as I'm concerned, as far as an in-ring aspect is concerned. Meanwhile, everybody's over here excited about Zelina Vega being back on fucking TV. I guess everybody in the community likes to see people fail. That's the problem. They're happy, but they don't really give it to you like I do. This is a ridiculous move on her behalf. An absolutely ridiculous move. Is WWE trying to lure Aleister Black back to the company by hiring his wife and putting her on SmackDown? Or are they looking for him to maybe sign a new deal at a lower cost, obviously? Not the same money that he was making before. He wasn't even making all that much money to begin with. But he's obviously, if they bring him back, they're going to give him a much lower contract. Are they looking to lure him in? Because, hey, look, Aleister, we got your wife back on the show. Do you have any interest in coming back? And if I was him, I'd look at them and say, go fuck yourself. I ain't falling for that shit again. You didn't know what to do with me for 3 fucking years. Because you hired my wife back, you're going to bring me back, and I'm going to say, hey, let's do it all over again. Yeah, you guys are going to get it right this time. Zelina Vega is a fucking dumbass. She's an absolute dumbass. Let me see all the fucking geeks and the goddamn elitists. All these fucking eggs on social media. Timmy fucking 012345678910 on fucking Twitter. With his goddamn fucking ad and 1,000 fucking numbers to trail it behind. Let me see these geeks online say, oh, JD salty because she didn't go to AEW. No, I'm angry because nobody believes in themselves. I'm angry because WWE is so manipulative that they lure this woman back with fucking promises of change and promises of this and that, and she is a sucker to believe it. The wrestling world is her oyster, or at least was her oyster. She could have went anywhere and wrestled. But she opted to come to the one place where she's going to wrestle, not very well, not going to be creatively booked in a beneficial way. She ain't going to look good. I guess her career really means nothing to her. But she got the almighty paycheck at the end of the week. Vince McMahon's dirty money. And she's going to go and do what she's got to do. Good. Good. At the end of the day, I hope she gets what's coming to her because I've been telling you for fucking years exactly what WWE Creative thinks of certain people. This is no different. Zelina Vega comes in hoping for change, and she's right back to where she was with a big, fat fucking L on her forehead. She's no better than fucking Shayna Baszler. Look at what happened to her. Give me a break. This shit is ridiculous, man. If you don't believe in yourself, who the fuck is gonna believe in you? Vince? Bruce? Kevin Dunn? Johnny Laurinaitis? These people don't give a fuck about you. Anyway, that's my rant. That's my rant. I told you there was going to be a rant. Told you there was going to be a rant, man. And yeah, she is a hypocrite. What happened to all the I stand with unionization? Clearly that shit means nothing at the current moment, man. Give me a break. Moving on, man. Let's go into the SmackDown show. That was the big story coming out of tonight. Edge, he started the show off one-on-one with Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank. And I'm looking forward to it. I really think that is going to be a great match with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been absolutely on top of the wrestling world. The storytelling that Roman Reigns has given us in this world title run of his with the Universal Championship has been absolutely unbelievable. So Edge is in the ring. He said WrestleMania was supposed to be the culmination of a 10-year to the day journey of being forced to retire and then win the Universal Championship. He says, "It rocked me. It rocked me. I'm being fully transparent. I didn't do it. I didn't get it done, so I took some time." He said he watched the match back, and I never do that, meaning I never go back and watch the match back. Said he feared Daniel Bryan being involved in that match would cost him the championship, and it did. He talked about Bryan interrupting his short 3 count after a spear on Reigns. He talked about Jey Uso interfering. He could complain, and he'd be justified in doing so. And back in 2016, he would have, but today he will not. He said he now understands there will be obstacles, but he's made a career of knocking them down. So he was on the top rope. He leaned in closer to the hard cam, and he looked into the hard cam and said, he doesn't stop. He said he knows he can beat Roman Reigns after having been in the ring with him. And he said, more importantly, Reigns knows that he can beat him. He said that they are the only two who really know because they both felt it. He said Reigns won't admit it, but he has proof. So he showed a close-up of pretty much what happened last week, crossface, or not last week. It was the situation that happened at WrestleMania with the steel chair piece that he ripped off at WrestleMania, and he had a crossface on Roman Reigns. They showed a close-up of that picture. Or it might have happened last week as well, I believe. So they just redid the spot from WrestleMania. I do think it was last week. But they did have the same spot at WrestleMania. He said Reigns knows deep down that no matter what the odds say, he's the guy who's got his number. He says he's going to beat him, and it's just a matter of when. He said when he becomes the Universal Champion, everybody will know, and his music played, and that was it. Decent promo from Edge, all the same shit from him. He is obviously one of the best promos in the company, so no matter what this guy says, no matter who he's in the ring with, he's going to sell it and make it great because that's just who he is. That's the body of work that Edge has embodied, really, since he's come back. I mean, his promo work has been probably the best of his career since he's been back. So that's pretty much it. He's going to go after Reigns. He's going to win the Universal title. He doesn't have Daniel Bryan getting in his fucking way anymore. And that's pretty much the hard sell for him going into Money in the Bank with Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Then they cut backstage to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was standing there without Roman Reigns. And he was watching on the monitor with his arms crossed. And Jimmy Uso walked up to Heyman and said, "Tell me he ain't saying all that, Us." He said that they're family and they've got each other's backs. He said that he and Reigns will put Edge down and stab their family flag right in the middle of his heart. Heyman just stood there and he did not change any expression at all as he looked on at Jimmy Uso. This is an interesting situation, man. Roman Reigns is not on the show tonight. So they're clearly doing something with Jimmy, trying to have him go out there and prove his allegiance to Roman Reigns in the absence of Jey. Roman, he wants Jimmy to go get Jey back because he says that they're stronger as a unit, as a family. And Jey hasn't been found. No news on Jey Uso and where he is. Maybe he's just sitting at home waiting for the right time to come back in this storyline. I don't think he's hurt. He may have some nagging injuries or so, who knows, but he's not injured enough to be off television. Maybe he's just selling his part in the storyline. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I haven't read anything. So I don't think he's hurt. But now they're giving the shine to Jimmy Uso so that when they come back together, they are stronger and they can go after the tag team championships, which I'm assuming is going to happen when Rey Mysterio and Dominic defend those titles at SummerSlam, because I don't know if you guys remember, they are the tag team champions on SmackDown. I think when we see them, that's when we see Jay, and we see the Usos back at full strength with Roman Reigns. But Edge being back, I'm glad he's back. He's back because WWE has Money in the Bank happening in front of fans. They needed a big main event to sell this show, and that is exactly what they're getting with Edge and Roman Reigns. Plus, it's a natural progression of what's going on with Edge. It only makes sense for him to go after Roman Reigns because, let's be real, Daniel Bryan threw himself into that WrestleMania match. Yes, it was a better match. Yes, it made it actually a main event WrestleMania match. But Edge, he's coming back and going after Roman Reigns one-on-one. It makes sense, and it gives Roman Reigns that great opponent before they move him on to John Cena at SummerSlam. Where Seth Rollins fits into all this, I don't know. I'll have a word on that a little bit later, because Edge really did come back and go right after Roman Reigns, and they were quick to make the match. He didn't really do much of anything. He was off TV for 2 months, and he comes back and gets awarded another WWE Championship match, all because he's Edge. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins, he's been on the show. He's gotten some big wins under his belt. He went to management asking for a title match. He doesn't get it, but they give it to Edge instead. And then tonight, Rollins says, hey, what about me? So then they say, all right, you want a shot at the title, you got to go through Money in the Bank. We'll give you a Money in the Bank qualifying match against Cesaro. You win that, you get the ladder match and a shot at the Money in the Bank briefcase. Doesn't make sense to me. Why does Edge get a free pass, but Rollins has to compete for the Money in the Bank briefcase? Because you look at the hierarchy in WWE, that's what they think of their performers. Somebody like Edge is going to get the one-up on somebody, a full-timer like Seth Rollins, because Edge is going to put asses in the seats and Rollins is not. That's the only reason why that happened. It's disgusting. It's illogical. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that Rollins has to qualify. If you really think about it, he could easily justify himself getting a championship match. But here comes Edge. He does nothing. He hasn't done anything since winning the Royal Rumble. He got that opportunity. He won the Rumble. He got a WrestleMania main event, and he lost. Normally, it would be back to the fucking line, back all the way in the back of the line to wrestle Roman Reigns for Edge. But he's right at the front again. Goes to show you that also there is nobody else on SmackDown for Roman Reigns. Now, there is news on Roman Reigns. I got a couple of stories about Roman Reigns. This one was most interesting to me, man. He says there's no one to pass the torch to in WWE. Now, he was on Cheap Heat with Peter Schillingberg, Rosenberg. Reigns was asked if he thinks the next guy is in WWE, and Roman Reigns flat out said no. Now, if Roman Reigns knew there was somebody in WWE, I think Roman Reigns would be the type of guy, especially publicly, to say, yeah, I think so-and-so is going to be that guy. But he flat out said, no, the next guy that is going to receive the torch from me is not in the WWE right now. Or he's not on the main roster right now. But he also mentioned one other name. While thinking about his answer to this question, he also threw out one name that he thinks could do it, and he would prefer it to be this guy. There ain't anybody. I can say my favorite number 2 is Drew McIntyre. There are a bunch of number 2s, number 3s, whatever you want to call them. We can rank them, but they are under me. How far under? Who knows? Who cares? How strong of a number 2 do you want to be? At this point, my favorite is Drew McIntyre. In a perfect world, if there's an opportunity to pass the torch to him, he's the guy that has captivated my attention in that manner. But he ain't there. It's only because I'm still here and so solid within my stronghold. The flag is fully planted in, and I can't even think about who is next. John Cena needed someone to come in so he could move on and try new things. I will eventually need that, but there is nobody at this point. End quote. I don't even think Drew McIntyre is that guy, man. I really don't. I don't think Drew McIntyre is going to be that guy. They tried to make him that guy on Monday Night Raw. They started off great with Drew McIntyre, and just like every other babyface, they completely dropped the ball and butcher their babyface run. He became such an intolerable champion, and then in the same breath became such an intolerable challenger, chasing Bobby Lashley for all these months and not getting the job done. And now he's in Money in the Bank, which I don't think he should win. I really don't. I think WWE's doing themselves a bad thing here by putting him in a match where Big E is also sitting there as an odds-on favorite. The way Drew McIntyre's been booked, I don't know if the fans are going to be cheering him over somebody fresh and new and someone who the fans think deserves more of an opportunity like Big E. I don't know how that's going to work out for them. WWE may actually have the fans turn on Drew and make their job a lot easier. Maybe that's what they're expecting at Money in the Bank. Maybe that's exactly what their plan is. They don't know how to. They're afraid to. So they'll leave it in the fans' hands at Money in the Bank. And I said it on the Monday Night Raw review. Him winning and winning and winning and coming from behind and getting back into the Money in the Bank ladder match. You get another match with Bobby Lashley. Is anybody interested in Drew McIntyre? I honestly think we're all sick and tired of Drew McIntyre. And I don't mean that as a snide on him. He is a fantastic professional wrestler. If you look at his body of work and the matches that he's had this year, he's been great. But it's WWE's fault that they've dropped the ball on his babyface run. He is such a fucking cringe babyface right now. He's not somebody that I want to cheer. He's not somebody that I want to go out there and support, because the more you give him opportunities and the more he doesn't get it done, I don't want to see it anymore. He's been riddled with rematches, and we as fans have been riddled with same old shit on Monday Night Raw with no new opponents for the champion up at the top in Bobby Lashley. You have failed to build new babyfaces around Drew McIntyre. You legitimately made him the only babyface worth anything on the show. So much so that you had to dip into the New Day pool to make Kofi Kingston your number 2 babyface. He's in a fucking tag team who will not win the championship. I think his role is absolutely going to be to play into Big E's story. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. But nobody, Roman Reigns is correct. There is nobody. And Drew McIntyre is not that guy. Roman Reigns also reveals the way he wants to be remembered. He mentioned this, and I quote, "I think the rare moments, finding new layers, and evaluating the performance every single week is always going to be a staple of what we're trying to do. I think what's made us so special in preparation, that usually goes to, the individual throughout their careers. Paul and I, everything that has happened, the journey that we've both been on to get to this point in our careers, to collide and make this thing happen. I think it goes with the similarities and the parallel mindset of trying to be the very best every single week. This is some stuff I've said to Jay and Jimmy on screen, but it's a shoot. It's for real. That this is the only way I want to be remembered, and that is being hands down, head and shoulders better than everyone else on the show, everybody else in the world. They're all trying to catch me. At this point, within a marathon, we're lapping people because we put so much preparation into this, so much thought into the detail, the nuance, and tried to deliver the most sophisticated, not confusing, but very respectful stories as we possibly can. It was something when me and Paul knew we were going to get together, it was immediate that we started to spitball, and we knew we had to make it fresh in real time, week to week, and put into the situation, know our barriers, know which walls we were going to have to go over, avoid, or just go right through. We were planning and game planning everything. I think the common denominator is that we wanted to be special. He had been on an awesome run with Brock for about 10 to 12 years, doing everything they did. For myself, I already had 4 main events at WrestleMania, multiple championship reigns and stuff like that. There wasn't much that I hadn't already done in this industry. I think for both of us, it was about developing that cherry on top, solidifying the legacy, and cementing this Hall of Fame portion of our careers. The one thing that Roman Reigns did, and the one thing that I think if I was a betting man, I would absolutely go out there and say Roman Reigns demanded everything that he's getting right now, everything that you're seeing with Roman Reigns, he demanded it. WWE did him dirty with the pandemic, and he sat out, and WWE needed him back. That was also a great way to leverage the company and giving Roman Reigns what he wants. I think the way Roman Reigns has been vilified by fans for 6-7 years in that babyface run, he knew that he could not return that way. He had to be a heel. I think Roman Reigns pretty much told WWE, it's either this or I'm not coming back. Pair me with Paul or I'm not coming back. This is what I want. I want to work with my cousins. I want this. I want that. You're going to make me the champion. We're going to do things my way. I would not be surprised that if this entire Roman Reigns character is the way you see it on television, I would not be surprised that this is Roman Reigns backstage to WWE management, asking and him getting what the fuck he wants. They didn't do him right. As far as I'm concerned, this is the start of Roman Reigns' career right now with what he's doing. His career was fucking dead to rights with what they did. He wasn't anywhere where he needed to be. Now look at him. This is legitimately the start of Roman Reigns' Hall of Fame career. Now, this title run. I don't think he's losing that championship. Who the fuck is there? I've always said it. If there's nobody that you've built up that is even on the same fucking level, close to it, doesn't even have to be the same level. If there's nobody in the same breath as Roman Reigns, why would you even think about ruining the run that he's on? Start doing your part and building around Roman to find the next guy. Don't find the next guy, handpick him, and have him not be ready just because you need a babyface to take the title off Roman Reigns. Don't just pick somebody for the sake of picking them. Make sure it is legit. You're venturing into Undertaker streak levels at this point. They already fucked that up. I don't want to see them do the same thing to Roman Reigns. By the time all of this is over, Roman Reigns would have slayed everybody. He's not losing the championship to John Cena. He's not losing the championship to Dwayne, The Rock. He's not losing the championship to Brock. By the time it is all over, Roman Reigns would have beaten everybody on the roster. Edge, Bryan, Cesaro, this one, that one, you name it. McIntyre. He's beat McIntyre at Survivor Series, Kevin Owens. He's beating everybody. Then you want to throw him John Cena, Dwayne, Brock. You do realize that the more you feed Roman Reigns, the more he's becoming a god. So when WWE is ready, and they better be fucking ready when they find that next guy, when they're ready and that guy is ready, I hope he's ready, when he beats Roman Reigns, he's going to inherit all of that. I hope. Because I know WWE's not thinking that way. I hope Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are thinking the same way that I'm thinking. This heel run is what he's going to be remembered for. Everything that happened before this, I don't think anybody cares to remember. All we remember is how this man was vilified by fans. This is how he's going to be remembered. And he knew that. And this is why he turned heel. Love it. Roman Reigns is on the run of a lifetime, and I love to see it. Rick Boogs. He played electric guitar. He came down to rock with Nakamura. Once again, Kingsuke Nakamura. As Nakamura made his entrance, we're getting ready for a tag team match. We got Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz. They were there. Baron Corbin made his way. He teamed with Apollo. Shinsuke and Big E were a team. Tag team match to start this show. They're doing this Baron Corbin, oh, woe is me, Baron Corbin. He's no longer king. He's down in the dumps. He's just down on life. He's sad that he got his crown stolen from him. Oh, boo-hoo, poor Baron Corbin. Oh, my God, bro. What are you going to do, man? Go to the Halloween store and buy a new crown for $2.99, bro. I'm sure they'll be able to hook you up. He's crying over a fucking crown that he did rightfully win. And WWE is now turning this into a woe is me, let's turn Baron Corbin into a babyface storyline. WWE went as far as to trademark the term Happy Corbin. He may be getting a new name on WWE television. Instead of Baron Corbin, they may be calling him Happy Corbin. I'd rather take Happy Gilmore Corbin. Give me a break. They filed the trademark, and this was reported by Heel by Nature. It's not entirely clear what the plans are, but in a WWE video filmed after SmackDown last week, Corbin was shown looking unhappy and down about losing his crown. Corbin was asked if he feels that his career is slipping away from him. It was also noted that he lost some money on investments, and he claimed that he lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and he was a wealthy man. That is no longer the case for Baron Corbin. Now, this angle seems to be very similar to the angle that they did in the early 90s with Diamond Dallas Page. In the storyline, DDP lost everything. He was homeless for a time before eventually rebuilding himself. But Baron Corbin is not DDP. He's not Diamond Dallas Page. Everybody loved Diamond Dallas Page. Nobody gives a fuck about Baron Corbin. The Happy Corbin trademark filing is live and may end up being his new name going forward. I don't think WWE understands. Baron Corbin may be a team player. Management may love Baron Corbin. For what I was told, Baron Corbin is beloved by everybody backstage because he gives nobody problems. And Baron Corbin does exactly what he's asked to do with no lip about anything. He's a good little Vince McMahon toy soldier, right? I don't understand how Baron Corbin in this storyline is really going to be projected when live fans are back in attendance. You think fans are going to cheer Baron Corbin? In fact, I just think this may actually egg on everybody to boo him even further and really just join in on beating this guy fucking down. This is not going to turn Baron Corbin into a babyface. You fucking kidding me? Nobody wants to cheer Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is a heel. He's one of those guys. You ever get the sense of watching somebody and you think he's going to be heel the rest of his career? Can you see MJF turning into a fucking babyface down the line? No, MJF's going to be a heel for the rest of his career. It would never work as a babyface. Same thing for Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, he's one of those guys right now that you're looking at him and you look at him and say, this man is getting everything he's fucking deserved for all the years that he's been a bully to everybody, thinking he's the king and this and that. He's getting exactly what he deserves. That's the way it's coming off. He's done nothing good to anybody. He hasn't helped anybody but himself. So exactly where is WWE's logic here in turning Baron Corbin into a babyface? They think this is legitimately going to work with Baron Corbin? Baron Corbin's one of the most unwanted and most hated wrestlers by a fan aspect. And they're thinking that this is going to somehow turn him into a babyface. This is going to blow up in their face. It's going to fail. And I can't wait to watch it happen. I don't want to see it. I don't know why he's in the ring with Shinsuke Nakamura again. Can we move on from this shit, please? Seriously. Now I got news about Big E. Big E feels like he's lost momentum since WrestleMania 37. You don't say. You don't say. Apollo has had the run of a lifetime for himself. Now, he lost last week to Big E. I don't know what that means. I don't like seeing champions lose on SmackDown. But Big E says he's lost momentum since WrestleMania 37. He was on The Bump. WWE The Bump on YouTube. Big E talked about getting back on track and admitted that he's lost momentum since WrestleMania 37. He says, and I quote, "So for me, this is about getting back on track. I really feel like my momentum has slowed since WrestleMania, and now it's time to get that back going." Honestly, guys, Big E should be the guy that WWE is focusing on going into Money in the Bank, okay? I mentioned with Drew McIntyre being in the Money in the Bank ladder match with Big E, I don't see how Drew McIntyre is the odds-on favorite. Now, it makes sense because it gives them an out per the stipulation that they have with Drew McIntyre. He can't challenge for the WWE Championship against Bobby Lashley as long as Bobby Lashley is the champion on Monday Night Raw. But the Money in the Bank contract would kind of negate all of that stipulation because he's got a legit contract that guarantees him a title shot in a 12-month period. Now, they could go that route, have him cash in, do the Wiley thing, and just come out of nowhere and beat Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship, but that's not really a babyface thing to do. WWE could legitimately book Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, which is the only match that I care about coming out of all of this with Bobby Lashley. That's the money match for SummerSlam. It doesn't even need the championship, but I think that's the match you should be going with. I don't think they are going to do that match one-on-one, but if Drew McIntyre is Money in the Bank briefcase holder, I think a triple threat match would look a little bit more enticing to WWE. It would actually get Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar in the same match, and then it would give Drew McIntyre a WWE title opportunity where he can pin Bobby Lashley, get his championship back, win the title back in front of fans, with Brock Lesnar being there, adding that added star power to that match. So you get McIntyre winning the title in front of fans, while also at the same time getting Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar in a match together. But it's not a one-on-one match. They don't have to pin each other. You don't have to worry about, is Brock going over? Is Bobby Lashley going over? And having that be a headache. McIntyre can just pin Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar doesn't even have to take the pinfall for anything to happen. He's just there to add to the overall presentation of that match. Now, that's one way of looking at it. But Big E just said he's lost momentum. Big E is my odds-on favorite to win Money in the Bank, and WWE should really be looking at Big E as the 2021 Money in the Bank holder. Now, look at Monday Night Raw. Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston is your WWE Championship match at Money in the Bank. Kofi Kingston's not winning the WWE Championship. We got Xavier Woods being beaten inside Hell in a Cell, tortured inside a Hell in a Cell, with Bobby Lashley and MVP just legitimately in front of Kofi, torturing this guy. He's back now next week. I don't know why. I don't know why he's back. So more of the same is going to happen then. In fact, I'd make the beating even more brutal. Next week on Monday Night Raw. This is going to prompt Kofi Kingston to get back at Bobby Lashley and MVP for all the wrongdoings that they've brought down upon his best friend, Xavier Woods. Big E is very much still a part of the New Day. He may not seem like it because he's on a different brand, but Big E is still very much a part of the New Day. They are still a trio. They're only operating on different shows. So don't you think it would make sense for Big E to win the Money in the Bank briefcase? Keep a mindful eye on what Bobby Lashley has done to Xavier Woods. Keep a mindful eye on what happens, and they'll be in the same building at Money in the Bank. Don't you think Bobby Lashley should absolutely steamroll and destroy Kofi Kingston at Money in the Bank, which would only amplify Big E winning the Money in the Bank briefcase? He shows up on Monday Night Raw because I do think the rules this year are you win the briefcase, you can challenge for any championship that you want. Why go after Roman when this man has already decimated your two brothers? This would give Big E all the opportunity he needs to rebuild his momentum. Win Money in the Bank. It's an easy storyline to him or for him to fill in, for him to go walk right on into, because he's a part of the New Day. Bobby Lashley just decimated his two brothers. I'm cashing in on you at SummerSlam. Bobby Lashley versus Big E, SummerSlam, WWE Championship. Big E gets his WWE title. We get the New Day back on Monday Night Raw, and all is good in the New Day again. There you go. There you go. I'm thinking about this. I'm looking at the field of Money in the Bank, and I'm like, McIntyre, at the end of the day, doesn't even make fucking sense. McIntyre is not even wanted by the fan base. Big E's going to be the overwhelming favorite. So why not just do exactly what I said and go on and give Big E the Money in the Bank briefcase, build his momentum, decimate both Xavier and Kofi. Bobby Lashley looks like an unstoppable beast until Big E comes out on that Monday Night Raw with fans in attendance, and he challenges Bobby Lashley to a match at SummerSlam. I don't know why they're not paying me. I guarantee you, if that happens, somebody's listening to this fucking show. I don't even know who in the community comes up with this shit, man. This is the shit I think about when I'm sitting down here, taking notes for the podcast, drinking my fucking Dunkin' in the morning. This is the type of shit that I think about while I'm in the Stang, listening to my tunes. What is WWE doing here? How can I make it better? How can I change it and make it seem like it's a better storyline than what WWE is giving us? This is exactly what I do. This is what I thrive on. Book it. McIntyre's not the answer. Big E's the answer. So we got this tag team match here. Big E and Shinsuke Nakamura win. And the big screen here showed Baron Corbin's G-Wagon being repoed. The repo man took Corbin's G-Wagon, so it was repossessed. McAfee said it was a $250,000 car. Big E obviously took advantage of a distracted Corbin, gave him the big ending. They win the match. That's it. That is it. Let's have Big E and Shinsuke Nakamura just dance along with Rick Boogs, man, playing guitar, man. I love to see it. Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura, again, we don't know why they're paired together. I don't have any explanation as to why these two are a thing, but it's easily becoming one of my favorite parts of WWE television because Pat McAfee sells the shit out of it, man. Pat McAfee was legitimately standing on the goddamn announce table and sitting on Michael Cole's head while he was rocking out to Rick Boogs. You love to see it, man. Maybe somebody should go tell Baron Corbin that Cameron Grimes to the moon is a multi-millionaire in NXT, man. Have Cameron Grimes loan Baron Corbin some money. Give him a loan. There are people in this company that can help him out, man. Seriously. He can't be down in the dumps forever when you got Cameron Grimes walking around. Anyway. Not really much happened in that tag team match. By the way, also, if Baron Corbin is not a king anymore, why does he still have that regal theme? It makes no sense. Why not just go back and revert him to his original theme music without the regal-esque part of his theme music? He's not even a fucking king anymore. That's the type of shit that makes me think that there is no attention to detail on creative. Why is that still in his theme song? He's not a fucking king of the ring anymore. Get it the fuck out. Seriously. Bayley and Bianca. More of the same here. Not really interested in anything that's going on between these two. Should have realistically ended at Hell in a Cell, but the reason why these two are still feuding is because WWE is just waiting for Sasha Banks to come on back to the WWE. Maybe they'll add her to the Money in the Bank ladder match. And if she does get added, that's the odds-on favorite to win Money in the Bank. Miss Banks. Kind of goes with her last name. It would be quite fitting. So, Bayley is in the ring. She said that Belair losing like she did last week, it's not a good thing, sister. She said Belair is clearly crumbling under the weight of the fans' expectations. She said in 2 weeks, when they return to performing in front of fans, it'll also be sad to see Belair fall apart in front of all the boys and girls who worship her. So she danced and she was making fun of Bianca Belair. So Belair comes out and she does her, girl, what you need is a good crack in the mouth. She said she keeps coming at her and she can't let go and move on. She said she's obsessed with her and you think you're in my head? Bayley said Belair is clearly nervous being near her. Belair admitted that she is in her head because she keeps coming at her. She said the only way to end this is to embarrass her to a point of no return so she can't get in her head anymore. She said if the officials will allow it at Money in the Bank, she offered to put her title on the line in an I Quit match. So Bayley laughed and said she's not serious. And then she said, oh my God, you are actually serious. Bayley said she's never quit anything in her life. She said she's doing the only thing she ever wanted. She told Belair if she makes her quit, she'll quit not just SmackDown, but probably WWE, and probably quit competing altogether. Bayley said they know Belair isn't the champion she portrays herself to be, so I accept. Bayley seemed a little thrown off by Bianca laughing at her accepting, so she asked, what the hell is so funny? Belair said she thought she was so sick of her running her mouth, but then she realized now how excited she is to hear Bayley say those two words, I quit. So, I don't really know what's going to happen. Bayley obviously is not quitting WWE. She's not quitting SmackDown. This may lead to Bayley getting drafted in the draft after SummerSlam. If Bayley loses here to Bianca Belair, I could see Bayley going over to Monday Night Raw because realistically, she's done everything she could possibly do on SmackDown. She was the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion. I think it would be great to have some fresh faces like Bayley on Monday Night Raw. Bayley's been one of those women that has been must-see. Probably the only woman on the roster that's been must-see, really. Nobody else really has held a candle to Bayley. Even Bianca. I think WWE has dropped Bianca and the ball that Bianca's been holding since WrestleMania. I don't think WWE's done her justice either. These promos are cringe. Bianca doesn't feel the same. That whole program with Sasha Banks was terribly built. Even though the match was great, the program sucked. The programs with Bayley have sucked. I don't really care. I don't really care about anything. But here we are. So I could see Bayley going to Monday Night Raw. Now, again, I still feel the same way that I felt going into the Hell in a Cell. I would like to see Bayley win the championship because Bianca Belair really isn't doing anything for me as far as the babyface goes. In fact, the only thing that Bianca is doing is making me want to see Bayley win the championship even more so. But I don't think WWE is going to do a Sasha versus a Bayley match again at SummerSlam. I do think that Sasha's coming back as a heel, and I do think that they're going to do Sasha and Bianca again at SummerSlam. That's just the logical way of going about things. I think Sasha's going to win Money in the Bank. I think Sasha's going to come back and cash in on Bianca. And then we're going to be off to having Sasha Banks come back and regain the championship on SmackDown. That's just the way I see it. I don't see any other way that makes sense. But I'm not interested in this whatsoever. The match should be fine, but the story going in, man, is just not there. Heyman paced backstage when in walked Jimmy Uso again. This time Heyman was smiling. Last time Heyman was very indifferent. He had no emotion on his face with Jimmy Uso. Jimmy asked if Reigns is there yet. He warned him that Edge is waiting to jump him. He said he thinks Reigns is waiting for him to step up, so he's going to tell Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville that he wants to face Edge later tonight in the main event of SmackDown. Heyman smiled. And that's all he did. He said nothing. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Last man standing match. This is a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Rumor went around that Kevin Owens was going to take some time off from WWE. That only lasted about a week. But this match went 24 minutes. They let these two guys go out there and have the match that they wanted. I thought this match was fantastic. This may be one of the best WWE matches all year. That's not really saying much because I don't really look at WWE matches of the year the same like I used to. But this was easily. It may be number one. I don't know anything off the top of my head right now that may be better than it, but this may be the best SmackDown match all year. Maybe the best SmackDown match in 2021. I know this is a rematch. I know we've seen these guys in the ring wrestle each other for fucking what seems to be 6 years. Seems like it's every fucking week with these guys, but if there's anybody that knows anybody better than these two guys, it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, man. So Owens and Zayn, they started this match and started it out hot. Owens stomped away at Zayn, went for a cannonball. Zayn beat the count, so we got a quick last man standing count immediately. Owens went after him at ringside. He rocked Owens, or Owens rocked Zayn rather with some chops, threw him into the barricade. Owens backdropped Zayn over the barricade, and they slammed his head into the screens, the virtual geeks inside the Thunderdome. Owens followed up with a senton off the barricade. Zayn beat the 10 counts again. Owens then placed Zayn on the announce table. Zayn recovered. Zayn then slammed Owens onto the announce table. It didn't break. And Owens was having the count done on him, so he made it back to his feet. So Owens was in control soon thereafter. He came back at Sami with some hard chops. Zayn was fighting back. Owens picked him up and threw him into the ring post. Owens then pulls out 2 tables and stacked them on top of each other at ringside. Owens then attempted to get back in the ring to superplex Sami Zayn off the top rope into these two tables that were aligned right up against the steel post on the outside. So we wanted to superplex him outside the ring through these two tables. I'm like, all right, if you're going to do that and tease that, it better be the fucking end of the match. So that did not happen. Owens attempted the superplex. Zayn, he fought back and knocked Owens to the floor. He then took Owens out with a dive. Owens then beat the count. Zayn continued his attack, hit an exploder suplex in the ring. Both guys were down. Referee was counting. Zayn attempted a superplex, but Owens countered with a fisherman suplex, twisting fisherman suplex off the second rope. Both men beat the 10 count again. Owens plays Zayn on the top rope now, but Zayn slipped out. Zayn then shoved Kevin Owens off the top rope. He goes flipping in the air, crashing through those two tables that were stacked on top of each other, and I thought this was the end of the match. Kevin Owens makes it back and barely gets to his feet. So at this point, I'm saying to myself, if that did not end the match, they better have a fucking better ending than what we just saw. And I didn't think that they were going to do it. I didn't mind the ending, but if you're going to do something like that, you should really think about it being the end of the match, because not really many people can get up from a bump like that. That is a match-ending bump. Just like MJF and Sammy Guevara. Not only do I not want to see it because it's a dangerous as fuck move to do off the second turnbuckle, but a second rope tombstone connecting with a second rope tombstone off the second turnbuckle, that should realistically be the end of the match. And Sammy Guevara kicked out. So he made it back to his feet. So Owens, he attempted a suplex, did Zayn, on stairs onto the table. He did. Owens broke free, though. They ended up brawling on the apron. Owens went for a stunner. Zayn countered with a half Nelson suplex. Owens again barely made it to his feet. Zayn followed up with a haluva kick. Owens beat the 10 count. He hit a second haluva kick. Owens beat the 10 count again. Zayn yelled at him and said, "This is karma for everything that you've done to me." And he hit a third haluva kick. I thought Sami Zayn was legitimately going to win this match. Kevin Owens rolls outside and lands on his feet. He pulled a Tommaso Ciampa in that Johnny Gargano last man standing match when they were brawling on the takeover stage, that one takeover. Loved it. Loved it. So he rolls out of the ring and he stays alive after 3 haluva kicks. Sami Zayn was obviously upset. He went for a DDT. He went for his slingshot DDT through the turnbuckles like he used to do in NXT, but he got caught with a super kick. Owens followed up with a pop-up powerbomb and a stunner. The pop-up powerbomb, nailed him. Owens told Zayn, "Now this is your karma." He then powerbombed Zayn through the announce table. He picked up Zayn, gave him another powerbomb on the announce table, and Zayn took a third powerbomb on the apron, spine first. And that was it. Owens qualifies for Money in the Bank, and that was the move that did Sami Zayn in. So we went from the table bump to 3 haluva kicks. Kevin Owens comes back with 3 pop-up power bombs to beat Sami Zayn in what I thought was probably the best SmackDown match of the entire year. Kevin Owens is in Money in the Bank, and I know for a fact that these guys are not going to be sleeping well this evening after the match that they had tonight. They beat the living shit out of each other. We got Megan Morant interviewing Edge backstage. He said he knows he's walking into a trap with Jimmy, so Roman has to know he knows what's coming. He said he doesn't care. He's tired of the excuses. If they want to set a trap, they're going to face an angry, vindictive son of a bitch. Rick Boogs. He actually speaks. Rick Boogs caught up to Corbin backstage. He said he talked with Nakamura and suggested he join him and Nakamura for dinner. He said they are having a chicken a la king, and he'll feel better after a good night's sleep in his king-sized bed. So now we got Bruce writing terrible fucking jokes for Rick Boogs to put down Baron Corbin even further. He said Nakamura told him last night while they were playing checkers, "King me." Ha-ha. I love Boogs, but this was corny. Corbin asked Boogs if this is funny to him, kicking somebody when they're down. He said, you know what? I got something to tell you. Screw you. And he holds his head down and he walks away. Poor Baron Corbin, man. Oh my God. Give me a box of fucking Kleenex, please. Does anybody got a box of Kleenex inside the venue, man? Maybe I should go behind the bar. Jesse's usually crying to me after I tell him to fill the fucking ice bin, man. Where's your tissues? Huh? Give me a fucking break, man. Sonya Deville announced the second woman from SmackDown who will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit, but we got a great new sponsor into the OTS family, man. Magic Spoon. How many of you guys eat breakfast in the morning, man? I am notorious for skipping breakfast. I know, it's the most important meal of the day. I know. But normally I do not have breakfast, man. I go right to the coffee and right to beginning my workday. But I realized that I need to have breakfast. I need to have that energy. I need to have something that doesn't have any sugar, that's nutritious, delicious, and that is absolutely healthy for you, man. Then I found Magic Spoon. I opened the box one day, it was the frosted, and I could not believe what I was tasting. Magic Spoon is delicious, man. It is easily one of the best tasting cereals that I've ever tasted in my entire life. Breakfast is back in my life, man. And listen, growing up, cereal was a big deal to me, man. It was one of the best parts of being a kid. My mom used to serve us all those cereals that you knew were your favorites growing up. I had cereal every morning before I went to school, man. But I had to give that up in my adult life because I realized what was in those cereals, how bad it was for you. And I want something a little bit more healthy, man. No sugar, no junk food. Stuff that I really shouldn't be eating. So I've been trying to cut down on the carbs. I've been trying to cut down on the sugar and this unhealthy food. I'm definitely aiming towards more organic. But Magic Spoon is where it's at, man. 0 grams of sugar, 14 grams of protein, only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. Also, only 140 calories. Comes in 4 flavors. We got cocoa, which is great. Not my favorite, though. Fruity, which is great. Not my favorite, though. My favorites, if I had to list them, man, the frosted and the peanut butter. You can't go wrong. So good, man. So Magic Spoon, it's healthy, it's delicious, it tastes great. It tastes exactly like those cereals that you grew up eating, but it's super nutritious. You can't tell the difference. It's also keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free, man. All you guys got to do is go to magicspoon.com/script. Go to magicspoon.com/script and save $5 off any purchase on the website, man. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product that it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. If you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund you your money. Absolutely no questions asked. So once again, guys, that's magicspoon.com/script. Go use that website, magicspoon.com/script, and save $5 off any order. And I want to thank them for once again sponsoring today's SmackDown post show right here on OTS. Gotta love me some Magic Spoon, man. Check the venue. What do we got going on here, man? We got 1,500 inside the venue. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me on your Friday night. Heading into 4th of July weekend. Should be good, man. Should be good. So we got Sonya Deville announcing Zelina Vega as the Money in the Bank participant this evening. So we just, again, you got to love Bruce Pritchard, man. You got to love Bruce Pritchard. We just saw 2 guys legitimately beat the fuck out of each other in Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and they qualified for Money in the Bank. Okay? Very next segment, we got Sonya Deville just announcing Zelina Vega is in the Money in the Bank ladder match. She hasn't been on TV since last year, and here we are with her just being put in this match. How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? The only reason why they're doing this is because they refuse to look at themselves as doing anything wrong. The WWE, they are not doing anything to fix their women's division on SmackDown. There is absolutely nobody on this roster that you could look at legitimately at winning Money in the Bank. You can't have qualifying matches because the women's division on SmackDown doesn't really exist. How many women do they got? They got Bianca and Bayley in another rematch at the pay-per-view. That's 2 women right there. Natty and Tamina, they're tag team champions. That eliminates them right there. They're SmackDown performers. So who exactly do you got? Carmella, Liv Morgan. You fired Ruby Riott. Sasha Banks is on hiatus. You bring back Zelina Vega. Who else is there? There's nobody. The only reason why we're getting this half-ass fucking creative for the women is because WWE refuses to acknowledge the fucking lack of women on the roster problem. I don't know how many times I gotta say it, man. Merge the fucking divisions. This would eliminate all your problems, and we would have a competitive division once again. There's no need for 2 women's championships. There's no need for 2 men's tag team championships. Merge the fucking divisions so your fucking show doesn't look ridiculous. Really. How could you have Sami and Kevin Owens beat the fucking living shit out of each other and then just announce somebody that hasn't been on TV in 6 months right into the Money in the Bank ladder match? Basically doing nothing and getting a free buy. I hate it. I hate it. So Vega, she said she plans to win and then become either Raw, SmackDown, or NXT Women's Champion. Good luck, honey. Good luck with that one. She was interrupted by Liv Morgan, who asked what's going on here. She complained, rightfully so, about Sony's decision-making process. Vega said, "Oh, I'm that good. That's why I'm here." No, you're not. No, you're not. You know who's good at their job? Me. That's why I'm number 1 in the community every fucking time we go live for these shows. Why? Because everybody knows they're getting the best when they come to OTS. Liv entered the ring and said, "How is this even fair?" Maybe we should go ask Bruce. My good old buddy, Bruce Pritchard. How is this fair, bro? How is this fair, man? Vega mocked Liv, touted her credentials, which she doesn't have any. She's touting her credentials, man. What credentials does she have? She said she's one of the most accomplished and popular superstars in history. Talking a lot of bullshit is Zelina Vega. She said she can wrestle circles around her. Liv slapped her and said, "Prove it." The match went 1 minute. Thank you for coming, Miss Vega. Back on SmackDown, you lose in 1 minute. Another fruit roll-up pinfall by Liv Morgan on Vega. And that was it. Yanked on Vega's tights. Welcome back, honey. Welcome back. It's great to be a loser once again, I'm sure. Now, this situation with Liv Morgan, man, what exactly are they doing with Liv Morgan? What exactly are they doing with Liv Morgan? Liv Morgan, you know, I get it. In theory, they're trying to build her up as a lovable babyface who's being held down by the machine, by management. She beat Carmella last week. She beat Zelina Vega this week, right? Who's she going to beat next week when Sonya Deville comes out and announces somebody else? She going to run her luck with Sasha Banks when she's announced? She going to beat Sasha in 1 minute? I doubt it. Put her in Money in the Bank just for the simple reason that she is running through all of these hand-picked Money in the Bank competitors. Now, the funny thing is, there are people out there that think WWE putting Liv Morgan in this storyline, having her not in Money in the Bank yet, but beating everybody that Sonya Deville is throwing in front of her and choosing over her. WWE fans out there think that Liv Morgan's going to eventually get in Money in the Bank and win Money in the Bank. Don't you think this storyline would benefit somebody if you actually plan on them winning Money in the Bank? Where exactly is this going? And what exactly is this doing for Liv Morgan if only she gets into the Money in the Bank match and is a fucking loser? What exactly do you look at when you look at Liv Morgan if she doesn't get the job done after doing all that she needs to do to get into the Money in the Bank, she's going to be a loser. So how exactly is this benefiting her in the long run? There are people out there that legitimately think WWE is going to give Liv Morgan the Money in the Bank briefcase. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, man. Give me a break with that nonsense. You guys are a bunch of hopeful fucking geeks out there, man. Give me a fucking break. This shit sucks. Zelina Vega's a sellout. Liv Morgan's not winning Money in the Bank. Especially not with the likes of Asuka and Alexa Bliss in there. For all we know, Alexa Bliss will fucking hypnotize everybody on top of the ladder to fall the fuck off the ladder while she climbs up. Or maybe she'll just use her hand and the Money in the Bank briefcase will fall right into her fucking hands like it did Otis last year. Can you imagine that? Unreal. Liv Morgan ain't doing shit. Sorry to tell you geeks online, Liv Morgan's not winning Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins, the newly married Seth Rollins. He and Becky Lynch got married last week. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations, man. Maybe one of those fancy suits was seen at the wedding, right? Good for him. Married, has a newborn baby daughter. Newborn baby daughter! Seth Rollins has a newborn baby daughter. Those of you who know that baby daughter joke, you'll get it. Otherwise, then probably think I'm fucking losing my mind. Seth Rollins walked in as DeVille and Pierce were chatting. He introduced himself. They said they know who he is. He yelled at them for giving Edge a Universal title match instead of him. Pierce said, well, Edge won the Royal Rumble, but didn't get his one-on-one championship match. But Edge won the Royal Rumble and got a WrestleMania main event out of it. I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to make sense of that using that particular logic. Because he won the Royal Rumble and main evented WrestleMania, we're giving him a match with Roman because he didn't get his one-on-one match? That's the logic you're going with? Over Seth Rollins, who's been there? Here's a fucking clue, Pierce, or whoever wrote this fucking segment. Edge lost! He won the Rumble, main evented WrestleMania, and lost. Back in the fucking line you go. All the way to the back, man. Take a number. I don't know how this makes any sense to anybody, but here we are. Here we are. But I guess Edge and Roman is much more of a marquee match to sell tickets than Mr. Rollins is. That should be pretty much concrete evidence as to what WWE thinks about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins main eventing a major pay-per-view. Never gonna happen. Nobody wants to see it. DeVille says the decision has been made. You can get your Money in the Bank briefcase to earn a future championship match. You got to get in the match first by beating Cesaro next week. So not only are we getting Seth Rollins, pretty much Seth Rollins is getting screwed, we as fans are getting another rematch on SmackDown. Great job there, Bruce. Great job. Great creativity coming out of the boardrooms at Titan Tower. Gotta love it. Otis, and by the way, I do think Seth is going to fuck over Edge, because Rollins ain't winning Money in the Bank either. He's going to lose, and then he's going to lose his mind, and he's going to screw over Edge in the main event, and that's going to set up their SummerSlam match, while Roman Reigns goes on to defend against the much more must-see John Cena. Otis and Chad Gable. They went up against Angelo Dawkins. Otis did anyway. It was a one-on-one match. This was 2 minutes. Looks like they are building Otis up as an unstoppable monster. Now, I don't know where Bronson Reed ends up in the WWE draft. They're making Otis into their big man on SmackDown. And if memory serves me correctly, Otis and his finishing move is the same thing as Bronson Reed. Are they going to have Bronson Reed change his finishing move because someone on the main roster is already using that same move? I hope not. I hope not. He beats Angelo Dawkins in 2 minutes. Big splash by Otis off the second turnbuckle. Looked beautiful. Otis looks like a weirdo without the fucking hair. Otis looks like a weirdo without the beard. He looks like a jobber, but he's not being booked like one. I don't like the appearance, man. He's got to look a little bit more grisly. They're booking him great. They're booking him and Gable great. Gable plays a prick heel very well. And Otis is his monster, which is great. This is working out great. I would not be opposed to them getting a tag team title opportunity and them beating the Mysterios. That's what I would do. Give Otis and Gable the Mysterios and have them beat Rey and Booyaka. 619. Rey and Dominic Mysterio. But Otis wins in 2 minutes. Angelo Dawkins is the only Profit member on the show because Montez Ford is actually recovering from minor surgery that's going to keep him out about a month. So he will be back, and Angelo Dawkins is right now operating without his uber-talented tag team partner in Montez Ford. So Otis wins in 2 minutes. Jimmy asked Heyman where Reigns is a third time. Heyman said Reigns operates on his own time, and everything he does for family. He does for those who do for him. All you need to do is go out there and be main event Jimmy Uso. That was it. So Jimmy Uso stood in the ring. Where you at? He's yelling at Edge. So it looks like it's just them. He said he doesn't need his cousin because he can handle Edge all by himself. Seems to me you're not man enough to step in the middle of this ring face to face with main event Jimmy Uso. He said this isn't a trap. It's just him calling Edge out. Let's do this. And this was pretty much the closing segment of the show to sell and further move the storyline with Jimmy Uso really not making Roman Reigns proud, and Jimmy Uso's trying, but Roman Reigns is not really happy because all he wants is Jey Uso back. So Edge comes out and they start brawling. They brawl on the outside. They use the steel steps. Jimmy hits Edge with a super kick. At the end of this all, Edge takes a steel bar from one of the steel chairs, exactly what he did to Roman, exactly what happened at WrestleMania. Takes one of the steel bars and tapped him out with an STF, and then he put the bar in his mouth and applied the STF with the steel chair part in his mouth. He yelled into the camera as the show ended, and that's the way the show went off the air. He doesn't stop, says Edge. He doesn't stop. He's not going to stop until he gets what he thinks is rightfully his, and that is the Universal Championship at Money in the Bank. And that is SmackDown, folks. That was pretty much everything that happened on SmackDown. Not really a good show outside that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match. Illogical booking. Zelina Vega being a sellout. It is what it is, man. Same old shit in WWE. Same old shit on Friday night. But I appreciate you guys joining me inside the venue, man. We are looking at 1,400 plus 621 likes. Let's try to get that up, man. Just a little bit more. We're almost at 750 for the live stream tonight. Super chats are open. You can get them on in. We're going to be drinking some cold beverages. I already got mine in the official OTS koozie. Make sure you guys get them on in. And once again, thank you to Magic Spoon for sponsoring tonight's show. MagicSpoon.com/script. You guys are going to save $5 off. Link is in the description, at the top of the description. I'm going to pin that bitch in the comment section as well. It's pinned in the live stream chat. Go and get yourself some Magic Spoon, man. It is absolutely delicious. Also, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And follow me on social media, man. At JDfromNY206 on Twitter and Instagram. Let us get into these super chats, man. Let me start at the top here. I appreciate everybody getting your super chats in. It's a good super chat night. We got Susan D'Ambrosio with a $5 super chat. JD, thanks for doing what you do, and thanks to the OTS family for their prayers for me and my family on the loss of my mother on June 24th, my birthday. Susan, I am so sorry about that. Everybody in the chat, man, throw up those prayer emojis for Susan in the chat. Thoughts and prayers go out to Susan and her family as they lost Or she lost, rather, her mother on June 24th. Not really a way I would want to spend my birthday. But Susan, I hope that I could ease your mind a little bit and take you away from all of that for just a little bit. Make you laugh for just a little bit with the podcasts here in the venue on OTS, man. I appreciate you being here, and my thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family. Jacob Donnelly with a $5 super chat. Can't even say I'm mad about Zelina's return, just highly disappointed. Now, if Aleister Black comes back, then I'll be pissed. Bro, I think Aleister Black is smart enough to realize that he sees exactly what's happening with his wife. He knows exactly what's going to happen with his wife. He ain't going back there. I would lose all the respect in the world if he went back there, man. He, more than anybody else, was absolutely fucked out of some prime years of his career, man, because of people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. He got swallowed up, and he didn't even get spit out, man. They just fucking swallowed him. He was a highly, highly touted NXT recruit from NXT, and they did nothing with him. They changed him. They buried him. They changed everything about him. Right to AEW you go, bro. Right to AEW you go. Adam Page is going to win that championship from Kenny Omega at All Out. He's going to need opponents, right? Aleister Black seems like the perfect guy to go up against Adam Page, man. Take my money. Michelle Moran. Hello, JD. No Roman tonight. We don't need Roman on a weekly basis, Michelle. Roman is exactly where he needs to be. Think WWE was worried about overexposing him? I don't think so. It just goes to show you how weak SmackDown is without Roman. And with Edge back, I hope Daniel Bryan is not that far behind. Maybe we see him at Money in the Bank. We don't know. But I do know Daniel Bryan more than likely is going to be back with the WWE, man. I know there's going to be a lot of disappointed geeks out there when Daniel Bryan doesn't show up in AEW. But I think WWE is going to work out a deal where Bryan's going to wrestle for them and maybe get some select dates to work New Japan. That's what I think is going to happen. Tony Brown with a $9.99 super chat. I know that might be a stupid question. But what about Braun, a.k.a. Adam Scherr, in AEW in a mask as Dark Order number 13? Don't beat me up. It's just a thought. Bro, Tony Khan is a smart human being, man. He's not going to sign Braun. That would be a waste, a colossal waste of money. You don't want that. Hooligan with a $5 super chat. What happened to the 80s vibe, man? You Kevin done that. Bring back Mean Marky D and Carl Casey, you goon. Bro, Carl Casey's played all during the super chats, bro. What are you talking about? Bro, when I get into a groove and I like a song, man, I'm gonna play that song. And Carl Casey, man, Death Sentence by Carl Casey wasn't exactly an 80s theme, man. It was more of a thrash metal tune. It's got an 80s vibe, man. It's Pilot. You gotta love some Pilot, bro. Thank you, Hooligan, for the $5, brother. Raging Girl Gamer with $5 super chat. I don't know why people don't like Zelina Vega. I mean, she's one of the best wrestlers next to Charlotte. I think Rage is drunk at the bar again. Somebody flag her, please. One of the bartenders. Hey! You gotta flag Rage. I mean, I can't have these stupid comments. Somebody in the venue's gonna hear this shit, man. We're a professionally run operation. Fucking Jesse, man. Watching a goddamn movie with the fucking family. I got Rage drunk at the fucking bar. Thank you, Rage. My boy, Guardian of Chaos. $9.99 super chat. What's up, brother? Rest in peace. Theus Patriot. Del Wilkes. Mahalo, JD. Firm, fair, and consistent. Appreciate you. Rest in peace to Del Wilkes, man. You know, I find it, not that I'm a conspiracy theorist or anything out there, but I find it very bizarre, man. The guy died 59 years old on the eve of Independence Day. Del Wilkes, the Patriot in WWF, dying before Independence Day here in the United States, man. Doesn't that sound a little bizarre? Just throwing that out there, man. Del Wilkes, you know, I wasn't the biggest Del Wilkes fan. I don't know what he did after WWE, before WWE. What I know and what I hold as one of the fondest memories of my childhood watching WWF was Del Wilkes on Raw battling the anti-American Bret the Hitman Hart. I'll never forget that shit, man. That, to me, was just a happy time on Raw. I loved that heel Hitman character, and I loved that feud, man. It just made so much sense, you know? I just loved it. And I think back to that, and it brings me back to a happy place watching old school WWF, man. So rest in peace to Del Wilkes, the Patriot. Gone way too early, man. Heart attack at the age of 59. Or 53. How old was he? 53, 59? He was young. He was still young, man. Jesse in the chat. This motherfucker told me that he was not going to be in the chat. Yet he's in the fucking venue drunk, I'm assuming. The movie just ended, Boss Baby 2. And I heard that, asshole. So this guy is drunk and he's watching shitty movies, is what he's telling me. Unreal, man. Unreal. Oh, the kids loved it, though. Did you have a peanut butter whiskey in your hands, is what I want to know. Beast becomes a member of the OTS venue, man. Thank you so much, bro. You're sitting VIP right back there, bro. What are you drinking? Beast, what the fuck are you drinking, man? Don't let me call Lee Johnson, Jesse. I know he heard your comments about Julia Hart, bro. Better yet, don't let me call Thunder Rosa. You know she's waiting to get her her hands on you. Captain Solo at $5 super chat. Do you think Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa will stay in NXT permanently? I fear Vince will have these guys chasing the 24/7 title. Yeah, I think they stay. I think Johnny stays. If there's one guy out of the two I think could make the jump, it'd be Ciampa. But I think both of them ultimately stay. Beast with $200 in rupees. I believe that is rupees, man. My first super chat ever. Just want to say, love what you do. Keep up the good work. Shout out to all the mods. Shout out to the real beast, Edgar Estrada. All hail the king of the IWC. Hashtag OTS for life. Guitar emoji. I love. He says it in the Bruce way. I love you. Thank you, beast. Legitimately a fucking beast. And then he follows it up with another 100 in rupees. Don't you think, with all the controversy going on with John Cena, Roman would be cheered against Cena, which would turn him babyface? Great review, by the way. That's a good point, Beast. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think that's going to be a problem whatsoever. I think John Cena is going to be universally adored and received when it comes back. I think it's one of those situations with John Cena that you don't have, right now on the main roster, anybody like a John Cena. You don't have anybody as big as a John Cena since he's been away. And it's one of those situations where absence makes the heart grow fonder. And I think that is exactly what's going to happen with John Cena. You don't really know what you have in John Cena until he's gone. I think more people should really be appreciating John Cena. CC Steven with a $10 super chat. JD, your rant on Vega was excellent. 100% correct on everything you said. Thank you, brother. I don't see how you watch this show. Every match is a rematch. Thank you for your work, your passion. Great job. Thank you, CC. I appreciate you, man. We got a lot of new members into the venue, man. That's what I like to see, man. A lot of people want to be sitting VIP right back there, man. Right back there, you want to be sitting VIP. I know. I might have to ask my guys to build me a bigger fucking VIP section. CC Steven, thank you, brother. DV Acme with a $10 super chat. Roman's proof that the criticism that the inmates are running the asylum in AEW is hypocritical. Roman, not WWE, is who controls his character, and he's the best thing in the company right now. Inmates are not running AEW. Tony Khan has a fucking full grasp on everything that's going on, man. Nothing is booked without Tony Khan's approval. But WWE, they know how to book a good character. Roman Reigns is definitely proof of that. I just wish that they put just as much effort into everything else like they do Roman. Dikari Garmin with a $5 super chat. Roman Reigns has become WWE's Hulk. The more you try to defeat him, the stronger he becomes. It's exactly what's going to happen when he runs through Cena, Edge, Dwayne, Brock. Roman ain't losing that title. Bro, you're going to have to go through the rest of this year into WrestleMania with Roman Reigns as champion. He ain't losing that championship anytime soon. God Tongue with the $5 super chat. Hope everyone enjoyed the break because we're getting Shinsuke and Corbin again next week. P.S. If Aleister Black comes back, he has no self-respect. Are we really getting that shit again next week? Holy shit, are they fucking mental, man. Talk about Alzheimer's. It's WWE creative. And I wouldn't wish that shit on anybody. Mendelfs Isma with a $20 super chat. Hey, JD, it's my birthday as of 12 a.m. Was my stepson's birthday 2 days ago. This is your gift to me. Happy to be sitting at the table with the head of the table in the IWC. Can I get a quick Kevin Dunn and then a Braun Strowman stupid?
Mendelfs, let me tell you something, man. You know, take your $20 and, go exchange it at the ATM for some, wood. And, I hope your birthday sucks, man, because, I mean, we don't like anybody, man. We're WWE creative. And, Braun Strowman is stupid. Whee!
Happy birthday, Mendelfs. Francisco Coronado with a $5 super chat. I would like it if Big E won, celebrated with Kofi and Xavier, then attacked them for being weak links of the team, then Big E versus John Cena at WrestleMania 38. No. Big E wins Money in the Bank, cashes in to get a match against Bobby Lashley. That's the way I booked it. I booked it as perfect as you could do it. Let's do it. Ali with the $4.99 super chat. Hey, JD, guess what? My vacation is coming up July 18th and 19th. I'm going to go see Money in the Bank, and I'm going to go see Monday Night Raw. Ali, I am terribly sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, man. Hopefully you have a good time. I would not be giving WWE my hard-earned money, man. They don't deserve it. Fourth Marine, Sergeant USMC with a $5 super chat. God bless you, he says. Right back at you, brother. Raging Girl Gamer with a $5 super chat. I told you, I thought she was flagged! Jesse's over here watching fucking cartoons! JD drinks peanut butter through a straw. You know, Rage, I told you, man. I told you she's blasted, bro. Get her the fuck out of here, man. Who drinks peanut butter through a straw, man? Peanut butter is of a thick consistency, okay? You want something of a thick consistency? I can think of something. And it's thick, okay? Got that homemade fucking cannoli filling. You know what I'm talking about. That homemade Italian sauce. The Alfredo sauce. Not the red. Reese with a $4.99 super chat. JD, who's the greatest tag team ever? Not the New Day. Oh, man, the New Day are not the best tag team of all time, man. That list is fucking pathetic. It's amazing that WWE made the New Day number one on their list, man. It's amazing how they hype up the Now, right, on lists like that, but they don't push the Now on TV. It's almost as if WWE, I said this on Twitter, WWE made the New Day number one to erase history. They don't want any other team back in the era when they used to be called wrestling at the top of the list. They want sports entertainment to be prominent in the New Day, being number one. They want people to legitimately forget that they were once upon a time a pro wrestling company. I don't even know who the best tag team of all time is. I don't. Hardys? Dudleys? Legion of Doom? Demolition? I take the New Age Outlaws over the fucking New Day. John Cream with a $10 super chat. JD, who are these writers? WWE has how much money from TV deals? Why the hell are they hiring comedy club level writers when they could have higher quality people who know how to actually book a show? Beats me, John Cream. I have no idea, man. Kenise Mobley is their choice in writers, bro. They want people. I doubt there are ever going to be comedians who are going to come on in and know wrestling, but you got to know at least something. You got to have the credentials to know at least something. You can't be hiring people with no knowledge, prior knowledge of what is being written on TV. And the dialogue that's on these shows, man, I mean, I don't know who they're hiring or why they're hiring these comedians, but the dialogue on these shows is fucking abysmal. So whatever the fuck they're doing, whoever they're hiring, sucks. It's ridiculous. Kurt Luttrell with a $4.99 super chat. JD tells it like it is. It's a rare moment when I disagree with him. Tonight is not one of those times. Keep on telling the truth, JD. Thank you, Kurt. It's comment of the night, bro. You're getting a free round of drinks on me, man. Jericho8131 with a $5 super chat. I can see WWE have Rhea beat Charlotte. Charlotte pulls a Lesnar by interfering in the women's Money in the Bank match and wins the briefcase. Bro, please don't give them ideas. Do not give them ideas, bro. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Demeter Jambo Bullion. I'ma grab Vinnie Mac's balls with a Australian $2.01 super chat. 1 cent super chat. I hope Edge goes over Roman at SuperSlam this year. Thank you, Demeter. Thank you for your $2.01, man. I'm gonna buy a nice Dunkin' coffee tomorrow. Furious Nation, $5 super chat. What's up, JD? Zelina Vega is decent in the ring, but is a much better manager than a wrestler. I'd much rather your girl turn Toni Storm than her. Yeah. Toni Storm, by the way, was given a tryout before SmackDown. Spaghetti-O. Toni Storm may be buried on Monday Night Raw. She should be fine. She's blonde. She's blonde and curvy. She should be fine. Juan Vasquez with a $10 super chat. 90s had horrible storylines and real competition. I hope WWE remembers how to fight a war because it's here. Roman is this era Stone Cold or The Rock, but still not in that legendary level. Stay up, JD. Thank you, Juan. Julian with a $2 super chat. McGregor trilogy predictions. Vega did it for the money. I have no predictions on McGregor. I don't watch UFC. It's all rigged anyway. Indigo. It's no better than WWE UFC. Indigo with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, much respect. May I ask your thoughts on Reed losing the North American title the other night? Zelina is a hypocrite for coming back. Another awesome live stream. Hope you have a great holiday weekend. Thank you, Indigo. I don't like it. I fucking hate it, actually. Bronson Reed should have never lost that North American Championship, but it all solidifies him going to the main roster and getting buried, man. They have somebody that size in Keith Lee. So you mean to tell me they're not going to think the same way they think about Keith Lee on Bronson Reed? Give me a fucking break with these people, man. In an unadvertised match against Swerve. I love Swerve. I advocated for him to be one of the guys to take the title of Bronson Reed, but not in an unadvertised fucking match. Raging Girl Gamer, she's still here. Now I'm getting pissed. She's still here. $5 super chat. Maybe she sobered up. Let's see. You made my night tonight, man. I lost my job today before 4th of July. Are you fucking serious? I don't know what to do, but I'm going to try and fight through this. Also, prayers to Susan. Rage, I'm very sorry to hear that, man. Listen. Now, losing your job sucks, man. You know, right before the holiday, too. What did they cite? Budget cut reasons? Everybody's looking for a fucking job now, man. Nobody wants to fucking work anymore. So they're firing the fucking people that want to work. Because everybody would rather sit home and collect fucking Biden's money. I'm sorry about that, Rage. Everybody in the chat, throw up the prayer emojis for Rage, man. Hopefully she finds a new job relatively quick. Yeah, what did they fire you for? Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. Black got cut foolishly when he was gonna feud with Big E. All for Nick Khan's lame and stupid mansion. Nick Khan needs to go. Nick Khan is an evil, evil son of a bitch, man. He may be the biggest heel in WWE. He may not even know it. Kenley Pierre with a $9.99 super chat. What if we're to turn heel and have stable with Swerve Scott and the rest of Hit Row? That would be amazing, and that would be on Raw. Better in ring. Who would you take, Rock or Cena? I don't know who you're talking about, Kenley. What if we're to turn heel? Who are you talking about? Who's better in the ring, Rock or Cena? I'm gonna go with Cena. But Rock is a better entertainer. We got Majin, Francisco, and Captain Solo becoming members, man. Round the drinks on me for you fine VIPs, man. Thank you so much. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. Is it just me or NXT has been better these past couple weeks? Predictions for Great American Bash and thoughts on the Breakout Tournament. I love the fact that the Breakout Tournament's coming back. I don't like that they're doing some matches on 205 Live. I don't like that. I don't even know who's in it. I would have a better understanding of who is in it and give you a winner if I did. But NXT has been a little bit better, but they got a terrible rating this past Tuesday. They're just not generating any interest, man, and it's going to be worse when Vince purges it. Jesse says, I bet Hoot fucking Media gets paid. How the fuck do you know who I pay, clown? Do you know Hoot Media? I don't think you do, Mr. Smartass. Yes, Furious. NXT's been a little bit better. NXT's been a little bit better. I meant to say, Kenley says with another $4.99 super chat. I meant to say Cena turn heel. Sorry, JD. No, Cena is not going to turn heel. Inverted with a $2.99. What is up, brother? Twitch tomorrow. Warzone. Let's shred. Much love. Inverted, listen, brother. I'm not on Twitch at the moment, man. I can't take their hot tub meta anymore. I can't take the lack of promotion on Twitch anymore, man. I've been streaming on my second YouTube channel, more JD from NY. If you guys want to subscribe to that, link is down below in the description. Go and check it out, man. I'm not going to be there this week. I'm taking the week off because it's the holiday, and I went to AC to hang out with my buddy. But we got YouTube as the primary home of the gaming stuff. But I'm not a big listen, man, if you want to play some Warzone, I'm down, bro. You got to carry me. I suck. I suck at Warzone, man. Yeah, you better fucking shut your mouth. Hoop Media will fire you, Jesse. Beast with another 40 rupees. Play Execution by Carl Casey. That hits hard. You know what, Beast? I already got my music lined up in my soundboard. For next week, I'll do a few on Monday Night Raw, bro. Jacob Donnelly with another $5 super chat. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke are clearly the best tag team in the world. Everybody knows that. At what? Cleaning, catering? Mandy washes the dishes, and Dana takes out the trash. There you go. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. I take the Beverly Brothers over the New Day. Listen, man, don't underrate Bo and Beverly Blake, bro. Beverly Brothers were fucking awesome. Fourth Marine Sergeant with a $5 super chat. Grizzled Young Veterans are very good. What do you think? Probably one of my favorite tag teams in all WWE. Next to Imperium. I love those guys, man. Jimmy Fingers with a $9.19 super chat. JD, do you think Dexter Lumis will be coming to the main roster? And if so, who do you think they would put him in a program with? The only chance Dexter Lumis has at going to the main roster is because he's a character. And Vince wants characters, man. Vince is looking for characters. I don't think Dexter Lumis is ready for that. I think he would be a perfect opponent. Now that the North American Championship is on a heel, I could see Dexter Lumis getting the girl and then going after Isaiah Swerve Scott and winning the North American Championship eventually. That's what I would do there. DV Acme with a $5 super chat. Legion of Doom are the best tag team, in my honest opinion, but the best era of tag team wrestling is the Hardys, Dudleys, Edge, and Christian. That three-way feud is the most epic in history. I agree 1,000%, Acme. Agree 1,000%. Realistically, they should have been number 1, 2, and 3, but WWE's not going to do that. You got half of the Dudleys fucking working with Tony Khan, right? Well, Bully Ray's lobbying for a job with AEW. He's a fucking desperate mark. You got Matt Hardy in AEW, and Christian is in AEW. So they're not going to recognize those names when they're working for the enemy. And Ranging Girl Gamer, $5 super chat. They said it's not working out. I was asking to learn more being a diesel mechanic, but I was given up on. Also, I got money to survive, but it still hurts. Of course it hurts, Rage. You don't want to lose your job. You know, because you're getting dismissed by somebody. They don't need you anymore. You're going to be replaced by somebody that's probably going to be paid a lot less. You know, it sucks. It really does. I've been there. We've all been there. Keep your head up. You're going to find something and just keep at it. Something better is going to come along and you're going to forget about all this. Believe me. Guys, I'm about to get out of here. Kenley Pierre with another $4.99. At least the New Day can compete with the Young Bucks and FTR. I mean, I don't know how you can be called the best tag team in the world with the Young Bucks out there, man, and Santana and Ortiz and all that shit. Give me a break. I don't even think the New Day are the best tag team in WWE. The Usos are the best tag team in WWE. All right, guys, I'm about to get out of here, man. Thank you for 2 hours hanging out with me, talking SmackDown. We went over a bunch of shit tonight. I appreciate you guys showing the love. 723 likes, guys. Can we get to 750, man? We're almost there. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not done so, man. After tonight, I don't know why you wouldn't. Who else is doing what I'm doing in the IWC? I'll give you a hint, a spoiler. Nobody. I'm the very best at what I do. And I don't say that as a, just because. I am. And go check out Magic Spoon, man. MagicSpoon.com/script. $5 off everything on their website. Go check it out. It is delicious. Guys, I'm taking my cold beverage. It's going to be a rainy Saturday. But the windows are going to be down anyway, man, because I need two things from you. Number one, I need those guitar emojis in the chat right now. Number two, have a happy 4th of July. Number three, I need that music. That music you're listening to right now, man, on Max. I'll see you guys right back here this weekend for some off-the-script episodes. And I'll see you back live on Monday for Raw. See you guys later.